Good evening, you lovely lot of people. How is everybody? Hope everybody is well. Thank you very much for coming over and joining myself and my Earworms for another Friday Night Live. Let's bring the guys in. Where we going? Hang on, get off of there, Stephen. Calm down. Right. So we have Mark the Gentleman Woodturner, Wayne the Woodturner, and Joe from Average Joe's Joinery has joined us. So thank you very much, Joe, for coming over and joining us tonight.
You're welcome. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for having me.
I hope your hopes in too high, mate. So anyway, we're just here to make the time up because EastEnders don't start until 9 o'clock. So that's all it was.
No.
So anyway, Wayne's checking now. Have I missed it?
No, I am checking because Jane watches it.
No, it's on at 8:30, I think, fine.
No, it's not Comic Relief's on tonight.
Oh, is it? Oh, even better then.
Yeah.
We should have loads more people in tonight then. So anyway, tonight I am turning overhead. Let's put you guys in the background. So I am turning a piece of ash. I'm going to do a vase or a vase tonight, and maybe, depending on how dry it is, it's been stuck. I've had this bit of wood for about 3 years now. I waxed both ends when I first got it, so hopefully it's going to be nice and dry. And if so, we'll put a bit of texture and a bit of colour on it.
What's your level of confidence that that's actually a piece of ash?
My level of confidence is about
going on past experience.
Look, hang on, look. Can you see? Let me just look. Can you see that? Turn it around.
Oh yeah.
Ash.
We all say that when you cut into them.
What, ash?
Yeah.
So yes, I'm confident as ash.
Sorry, Joe. The last few he's done, he said, "Tonight I'm cutting a piece of elm," and halfway through, Wayne's gone, "No, that's a piece of beech."
Yeah, but I can only go. I can only go by what's written on the wood, can't I? It's not my fault that people don't mark the wood up properly. Is Keith in yet? So anyway,
I turned a piece of Ian Loves Tracy the other week. That's what was written on the wood anyway.
That's terrible. That's terrible. We just got that. Wayne, that's awful.
Jesus. Oh dear. So anyway,
working from the list, you've got Andy H's for turning, Barry's in the shed, Douglas Mungham, Gary Letitia, Jared the French Turner, Robert from Hodgepodge Woodworks, RDR Woodturning, James Crawford, Joe Senior, Mr. Stacey Smith, Nick Castle, Peter the Park Woodturner, Robert Robertson, Ronnie Uchbo, Mark Shopdog Workshop, Wood Wizardry by Colin. Who else have we got? Malcolm Douglas,
Stacey Smith,
Nick Castle, Brent Beecroft,
Mark from Shopdog.
Yeah.
Did you get him?
Yeah, I said him. Welcome along, everybody. As usual, if you've got a question for Steve or for Joe, start your question with a couple of question marks so we can spot it in the chat.
If nobody's seen Joe's work that Joe does, his link for his channel is in the description. So go over and check what Joe does out. Joe does some really cool projects, and so most of the projects he uses or does, a lot of you guys would actually make use of.
Yeah, Joe's been a member of the maker community for years.
Cheers, lads. It's been, I think it's 6 years now since I actually actively started making videos. Behind the scenes, a lot longer than that. But yeah, most of my stuff is cheap and cheerful. Anything that I can make out of stuff that's lying around, or at least bare minimum, like scrap bin at B&Q kind of stuff. But yeah, it does the job. So if there is anything of use, then that's all worthwhile making a video, I reckon.
Definitely.
Question for Joe from Market Shop Dog. Whatever happened to the festival?
The festival is still in the plannings. There's the pandemic that has kind of shut that down. I went and checked out a couple of potential venues in person, like back in 2019, and there wasn't really up to scratch. And then, of course, 2020 hit, and that stopped any kind of visits. There is a potential place that I'd like to actually go and visit and check out in person, but of course, it's all comes down to time and when that could be available. But yeah, it's still very much going to happen. What it will look like after everything we've been through, I don't know yet, but there will be something, just literally a get together of makers. Nothing like no sales pitches, no exhibitors, literally just like-minded people for a bit of a get together and an ease up.
I think we'll need it after all this.
I think
like a makers meeting.
That's it. It's because it's like you go to lots of different events like Maker Central and the Woodturning symposiums and stuff like that, and it's brilliant seeing all the demonstrations and being able to get discounts on tools and stuff. But I think everyone agrees the biggest draw is meeting people there. So why not just have the meeting people part and drop everything else? And so that was kind of the idea.
To me personally, Maker Central is great, but the evening in the bar is more enjoyable.
Definitely, you can't beat that.
I think that's the same for everybody.
It's the camaraderie of it, I think.
Right, Brent's in. Good evening, Brent. Brent, I answered your email the other day. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
What was that?
The Brent Beecroft is in the chat. He sent me an email the other day, which I did send an answer to.
Steve Douglas would like to know why you've got a knot in your stickers, please.
Just block him.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, Ben's in. Evening, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
I'm talking to Brent again here. I have got Zoom, Brent, but I've got the free version, which means I can only get 100 people in for a 40-minute meeting. At this moment in time, I really can't afford to pay for the proper Zoom. Danny Boy is saying he found Maker Central basically a marketplace for brands. Well, yeah, that's maybe during the day, but there's more goes on in the evening at Maker Central than during the day.
Oops.
Gerard the French Turner's asking, Steve, will you be doing some reverse turning like Keith did the other day?
Do you know what? I don't know why I bother.
No, I don't know why you bother either.
Touchy questions tonight.
Okay, Brent, I'll email my phone number to you.
Katie, the Cornish maid's in. Hi, Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Good evening, Katie.
Did you bring cake?
In fact, Joe, that must have been the last time we met up, Joe. Was it the 2019 Maker Central?
Yeah, it was. That was the last any kind of maker get together for me that it's been. Seems like bloody decade ago. I don't know about.
Doesn't it?
It does.
Hopefully that'll be this August. We can all get together again.
Fingers crossed.
I take it you're going to Makers this year, then, Joe. If it's going ahead.
Yeah, I mean it's only down the road for me, luckily. So I'm in a beneficial position. There's not a lot of planning involved on my end. So if situation changes and it doesn't happen, I'm not out of pocket in terms of having to book a room. And then, of course, if it does go ahead, I can just jump in the car and head up. So, yeah.
I will be honest, most of the hotels have been really good, haven't they? You know what I mean? I've changed mine 3 times now.
Yeah, I've changed mine 3 times as well, Steve.
I mean, they've been there's been any questions.
We've got Lynn Brindin.
That's my dad's partner.
All right.
Evening, Lynn.
Where it says,
Oh yeah,
Lynn, bring Dad in. Hi,
Yeah.
Oh, it's Dad.
it
That's Dad
just
on
is,
Lynn's
yeah.
phone then.
Benjamin says, "You right, Joe, am ya?" Did I say it right? He says.
Needs abbreviating. You're right, Anya.
Barry's in. Good evening, all. Steve, why is there a knot on your logo? And will there be any £2 coins involved?
I reckon that's beat Steve up tonight, isn't it? Jesus. Can I have some nice comments? Yeah.
Lovely pink
Oh,
hands you've got.
Yeah,
Right.
give us half an hour, Steve. I'll try and think of something.
Thanks, Wayne. Your heart. Let's bring that in a bit closer.
Right, Katie's asking what you're making, Steve.
I am making a vase, to be honest, Katie, because or a vase, whatever you want to call it, because Mark had a hissy fit at me when I told him what I was going to make, and he threatened me, so I had to do a vase.
Yeah,
Damn right.
let it be known I was there when the threat was made.
There was indeed.
All right. You're all picking on me again. Big boys are picking me up.
Yeah, big boys did it then and ran away.
Christina Michael Esseltine are in.
Oh, evening, Christina Michael. It's
And
Right.
Alex Lambie's in.
Hello, Alex.
And Douglas has said there is a muttering of a third shutdown. Hope not. Starting in France. Well, yeah, it is starting in France. That's because the stupid arseholes didn't want to use proper vaccines.
Yeah.
I see they're using them again, aren't they? Or
Yeah.
started to use them again.
What was it, the statistic I heard today? Out of 20 million vaccines given, 18 people had blood clots. That's
No, I think
less.
it was 37. I think it was 37, Mark.
Oh, was it? Still
Yeah.
less than happens naturally within the population.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, get it
Sorry,
in
Gerard.
perspective.
Sorry.
Yeah, because didn't they say it's like 40 a day or something, blood clots? Naturally.
No. It's yeah. Well, there probably is. Yeah, but I mean, the people who it's happening with the vaccine have a tendency towards having blood clots anyway.
Yeah. Funny how that doesn't get reported, though, isn't it?
Right. Ian is asking. He says he knows that he's been told before, but when is Maker Central? I think it's August the 7th and 8th.
Yeah.
That's the date that comes to mind.
Yeah, because it was on the bank holiday last year, but they've moved it in a week back.
Now, Ian, write it down. Go on. Go get a pen. Write it down.
Barry's
Not
Wood
so-
Creations has just come in.
Hi, Barry. We're not telling you no more, Ian. Right,
Barry's in the shed is in as well. Hi, Barry. And Barry.
And Doug's in.
Right, Doug.
Doug Miller.
Hiya, Doug.
So let's get this in a chuck.
Ben had his job on Wednesday. He was a bit grim for a couple of days. Oh, he was a bit rough yesterday, he says, but he's okay now.
Good. Good to hear. I love Woodturning. Adam is in. Hi, Adam.
Adam.
Evening, Adam.
Do you really love Woodturning?
It's a bit personal question, Mark.
Oh, you know. Florida Bearded Woodworkers in.
I haven't got Melissa. I can't remember the guy's name. Martin jumps to mind, but I don't think it is.
Is it Martin or Matt?
Who's that?
Florida
Bearded.
Bearded Woodworker.
Melissa's in the other part of the workshop.
I'm sure you'll tell us in a minute. Brian.
Robin Thorogood's just come in.
Ryan.
Brian. Alan.
Alan. Hi,
Can't
Robin.
start that. Can't start
No, we
that
can't.
one. Jen's on the phone.
I want to try and get this really narrow down the bottom, eh? What do you reckon?
Well, I'd hold off on that until you get it hollowed out, Steve.
What, because it's shear off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you'll have problems with vibration and everything.
All right. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to level the front up. I'd actually like to try and keep that. I like that shape, but got a bit broken out here, so...
Right, Robert Hodgepodge just put in he saw an event. I saw the link that you put in for that, Robert. And Theo the Aussie and Mike Mahoney will be doing demos around about 11 PM GMT tonight.
All right.
I think it's a like working festival weekend type thing that's going on.
World Wood Day. I'll try and find the link.
That's one thing off the back of lockdown and the pandemic in general. Do you reckon that they'll have a lot more of these kind of online festivals moving forward,
yeah.
even when we am allowed to be together?
I think some of these online festivals are better because not everybody can make the proper ones.
Yeah. I think them good.
Like the crafty festival this next week. You know what I mean? Not everybody could go to Maker Central because they can't afford it. They can't, through their circumstances. You know, they can't travel, things like that. But at least with if it's online, most people have got the internet, haven't they? Nowadays, or data on their phone or whatever. So, you know, it's just nice that people can do it. Do I curve the top of that? What do you reckon?
You could. I mean, do you think the rest of that box is going to come out?
I think that bit there is, yeah. That bit there I don't think will, but I think that bit will. I was just sort of getting rid of that, really.
Okay. Oh, Paul Smith's just come in.
All right, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hi, Paul. There's a link for the worldwoodday.org site.
Do you want to put the link in for next week's Crafty Festival as well, Mark?
I will do.
And the YouTube channel so people can go over and subscribe to it.
I will do.
And
Thank you.
also, if you wouldn't mind the Makers International podcast one as well.
Yes.
They're getting close to 1,000 subs, aren't they?
Yeah, about 13 away, I think, at the moment.
Nice.
There's the link for the Virtually Craft Festival YouTube site. If you click on the playlist on the day, it will automatically take you to each individual maker's channel in order, one after the other, so you don't have to go searching. And let me find...
I like the fact that them all still there after they've actually been live. Because I always think when you go to these events in person and you'll see an amazing demo, and then you get back home and you're scratching your head trying to remember exactly what they did and what they said.
Exactly.
So actually you can just watch the video again to get a bit of a refresher.
Yeah, it's a good idea. So
Yeah, I always leave mine up anyway.
It's ideal.
Robert Hodgepodge is saying, congratulations, Mark, to be earwormed for Mike. If you read Mike's post correctly, you did.
You did, but you won't see me or hear me. I'm just going to be in Mike's ear.
He's going to be in Mike's ear. So Mike is going to end up being totally and utterly confused, even more than he usually is.
There have been many phone calls and discussions about how we're going to do it, and it's going to be fine.
It's going to be now. Mike at his age is usually confused. It's going to be even more so with Mark in his ear.
Who said that? What did they say?
Basically, all I'm there to do is to make sure he changes his camera. Douglas, that site's fine. I know it says it's not secure, but it's a .org site. It's fine.
No, other one. I'll get there in a minute. Can't
Well,
see
Seth's
it.
just in.
Hi, Seth.
Hi, Seth.
He said he tuned in just in time to hear me talking about Mike being confused.
Poor old Mike.
Yeah, you should have been on the video chat that Mike and I had the other day.
I can imagine. Hodgepodge, I got no chance of persuading Mike to colour a piece. That ain't happening.
Yeah, I've never actually seen him colour a piece, to be honest.
But to tell you the truth, Mike has had intrinsic colours since he actually came out.
Yeah.
There will be nothing left in the bottles because it'll have all evaporated by now.
Just be some solid in the bottom from where the water's evaporated.
That's it. Yeah.
Right, let's get this hollowed out. Forcing a bit. Let's have a look.
Oh, I was going to say you're not going to use your shiny new spindle gouge to back hollow it.
No. Why would I do? Why would I do that? What? Let's force the bits.
So Ben has just put in, if you search earworm on Wikipedia, there's a photo of Mark. Coincidentally, if you also search funnel on Wikipedia, there's a photo of Steve.
Do you know, I used to like Ben. I'm really getting...
Ben is a troublemaker, yeah. When him and Seth get together, they're still trying to get my address. They're not having it.
Oh, I'll give it to you, boys. Message me.
So we shouldn't have said that, Mark. We shouldn't even mention that.
Oh, don't you dare.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Kiro.
For a
Yeah,
price.
well, if Steve won't, I will.
What's he say about being adjudicated? Money talks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Douglas has just said that he watched a video of Mike's where he did a hollow form with an ebonized finial.
It's probably the most colour he's ever used.
I'm sure Mike's done colouring in the past.
Do you know, I'm pretty sure he's actually got a video. One of his really early ones. 7 or 8 years ago.
I'm pretty sure I remember him doing some kind of ebonizing, because I remember him using the hot glue gun to leave a trail.
Yes, he has done that. Yes, exactly, Joe. He has done that.
Colin, yes, that's the new Sorby Pro Hollower tool rest. £104, I think.
Hey, oh, that's not a bad price now.
When you consider it's from Sorby, and for what it is, it's actually a very, very good price. I do like the look of it. I saw the video of it. Must admit, it looks a handy piece of kit.
Andy.
It's the type of hollowing jig that has been used in the States for a lot of years. So Douglas has got a question there for you, Joe.
Yeah. Look. All right, yeah, wood turning. With me, it was kind of something really early when I started woodworking in general, because there was a cheap SIP lathe going on eBay. I think I paid £130 for it, and it came with a set of chisels. And as you can imagine, first time I put the chisel to a bit of wood, it just bent in half. So it kind of went and sat at the back of my shed for years then. But that was all, it all come about just from watching YouTube videos. It was seeing people turning, that satisfaction of seeing something literally turn from being a square block to something round. As simple as it might seem, it just gives you that bug to want to have a go at it. Of course, these professionals make it look a hell of a lot easier than it actually is. But I've just picked up little bits here and there. Whenever I do a wood turning video on my channel, I deliberately never do it as a how-to. It's more just an edit to music to just watch what I'm doing, because I know I'm doing it wrong, and I'd hate to say to people, do this, then do that, because it's going to be terrible. But yeah, it's the satisfaction of it, I would say, just that from start to finish, everything about it.
That's the thing. That's the thing that got me started. Is that you can, like you say, you can take a rough piece of log like Steve's got tonight, or you can take a square block. You can get it turned into round. You can get a finished piece in next to no time, really, compared to other types of woodworking, compared to some types of flat woodworking. And
It's incredible.
Yeah, it doesn't take very long to learn how to do either.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm still pretty shabby, but yeah, it's addicting, and like any other aspect of woodworking as well, when you start looking at all the different attachments and like people talking in the chat about different hollowing jigs, and you start going down that route, and it can soon take over everything.
It's an expensive
It's definitely
hobby.
it's definitely a money hit. Definitely.
Yeah, but what hobby's not really? When you look at any hobby, what really?
Yeah,
there's
that's
always
true. Yeah.
I suppose there's the benefit with wood turning that, unlike other hobbies where you put your money out and you got no real chance of recouping it, if you wanted to, you have at least got that opportunity of recouping some of your investment, selling the pieces that you make and stuff like that.
Lewis is in. Hi, Lewis.
Hi,
Good evening,
Lewis.
And he's finally clear of work for the week. Grand, Lewis. Pleased to hear it. Gerard saying not everybody can achieve wood Jedi excellence. They can, Gerard. It's just practice. That's all it is.
Terry's in from TJ Turning.
Hi,
Good evening, Terry.
Florida Bearded Woodworker, if you look on Turner's Retreat website, I think they're the only ones selling it at the moment. Bear with, I'll get the link.
So what's so special about this new do-free?
Right, it's a bit that clamps on. I can't remember if it clamps onto the bed bars or goes in the tool post.
Goes in the tool post. Goes on their
Goes in the tool post.
You know, there's their modular tool post system.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay, I'm with you.
It's basically two horizontal bars that you fit your hollowing tool through, and it keeps it steady.
Bit of vibration.
You're going to get that, Steve.
It's making my hand shake. Let's try this one. It's a bit bigger.
It's called the Hollow Pro Hollowing System. There you go. There's the link.
Well, Gerard, the French turner, is saying that Yandles are selling it.
Oh, are they? Right, okay.
I honestly don't know if they've got it going across to the States yet, but I'm sure at some point they will.
Yeah, because Sorby are big in the States, aren't they?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on here, but Ben's put something in there. Has Robert Hodgepodge put something in the chat?
That being Woodshed Eyes. He was not
All right.
Oh, nearly through the inclusion.
Sebastian Ossenhofer's in.
Oh,
Good evening, Seb.
Oh,
How's
shit.
it going?
And JP Woodworks here.
Oh, Trevor's in. Stand by your bed.
Yippee!
You're right, Sam, yeah.
Jamie's page.
I think I might colour this. What do you reckon?
Thank you, Lewis. That's nice of you to say.
Gerard's saying Yandles have got it for £114, including the stem to fit your tool post.
Excellent. Yeah, Robbo, I totally agree with what you've said there. Keeps the practice. Just keep on practicing.
I am.
There was another, somebody had another comment in the Woodturning for Beginners group on Facebook today. Just started out, what's the first thing I should make? And I still feel like going on and saying, don't make anything, just go and do some practice.
Tool control's the key thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
JP says, don't go make a funnel, Steve. Joe will give you the evil eye of doom. I had to put up with seeing that for a year before he became famous. Lol.
That was
The
always
evil, if I remember rightly, the evil eye of doom usually happened about 25 past 9 on a Sunday night.
It was because I had to edit whatever we'd done, and he kept rabbiting on, just pushing me back and back, and I was like, "Come on, Chris, wrap it up."
That was on the Makers International podcast when Joe used to be part of that podcast.
Yeah, and it was my job to edit it once we'd gone off live. So he's finished, packed all up, and then I'm sat down to do the edit. So of course, the quicker I can get that done, the better. And then there's Chris, like, one more question. Let's talk about this topic now. I'm like, mate, it's 20 past.
I see why they get Chris to edit them now, then.
Yeah.
Gerald's just put in about the Sorby Hollowing rest that they've got 13 tool rest sizes.
Question there for you, Wayne, from Lewis.
Sand and sealer before or after Hampshire sheen Right, Hampshire sheen embellishing wax, you use sand and sealer before. You use sand and sealer before any wax. And if you watch my live this afternoon, you will notice when I put the embellishing wax on the rim and on the bit of texture in the centre of the bowl, I forgot to put sand and sealer on there. And nobody picked it up.
Not even
Didn't even
Mark.
notice. Didn't even notice. God.
See, didn't even notice.
Striking.
Mind you, Mark was asleep at that point because he all of a sudden turned around and the bit was finished.
He admitted that earlier.
I didn't say anything about being asleep though.
The words you said was, I turned her. 1 minute it wasn't there. Then I opened my eyes and there it was. Well, that to me means you was asleep.
Yeah, I was paying him a bloody compliment.
Just admit it, Mark. You was asleep.
JP says he spotted it, but he didn't want to embarrass you.
Yeah, well, it didn't happen because he didn't see anything.
If it didn't say anything, it didn't happen. Is that what you're saying?
Well, Terry noticed.
Yeah. So JP noticed, Terry noticed, I noticed. As soon as I put the wax on, I thought, oh, bugger, I haven't put sand and sealer on there.
Did it still get a good finish on it, though?
Oh, yeah.
Of course he did. It's Wayne.
Oh, this is true. Right. Okay.
Normal rules don't apply to the Jedi.
Master Wayne.
Right, Danny Boy is saying, tell Steve, Alan popped in today. Currently, he thinks he's getting a build-at-home carriage clock that has handmade links to his past. I'm sure you know what that's about, Steve.
Yeah, Alan is a gentleman who Danny knows. He's retired, and Danny asked me to make him a logo mirror. So,
All right.
So I think Danny's been winding him up a little bit. Poor old boy. He's going to be shocked when it turns up.
JP says, my stream deck told me about the wax and the sealer, Wayne. Mark's touch board will just put him to sleep. Yawn. Yawn, yawn.
Oh, look, Mark must be using his touch portal. He started to yawn.
Has he got an app for that?
JP, I can't shout Alan. Jane's on a phone call at the moment.
Right. That's a little bit loose, that. I don't know if to just stick a little bit.
Yeah, Terry, it's definitely an age thing.
We'll see. We'll stand up and see. What do you reckon? Nice shape? What do you reckon of the shape?
I like the shape, Steve.
It's lovely.
Yeah. Very contemporary.
Yeah, it's very similar to a lot of the vase shapes that I do. I like it.
So I'm going to get this sanded up, and we'll see what it looks like.
I definitely see what you mean, Wayne, when you say you could do that shape upside down or that way. So it could be thin at the top and fat at the bottom, thin at the bottom and fat at the top. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Terry's saying I should mark the tins of wax with sand and sealer first. So Douglas has said, Wayne, could you show how to turn with the 4x2? Yeah, okay, Douglas. Yeah. So you want me? Sorry, you want me to do a 24-hour live then?
Katie had a question. I've seen a lot of you guys using the wood shavings to polish after the Yorkshire grit. Does it make a difference to the paper? What you're talking about there is burnishing the wood with the wood shavings. Just knocks back the nibs.
Right. Now the thing is about using the wood shavings. This is very, very old. It's not something new. It's very old. It's what people used to do all the time. Before the different types of sand and sealer and everything came out, they used to use the wood shavings to basically burnish the wood. Now, if you've watched any of Martin Saban Smith's videos when he's using his stencils, he uses wood shavings to actually seal the wood before he uses the stencils. So it does a similar type of thing.
It heats it up, doesn't it? So like the oils come to the surface.
What it does it using the wood shavings, it actually heats the wood up, so it seals the wood as you're heating it up.
Creates friction, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not happy with this base. It's too chunky. I feel anyway.
Yeah, but you needed to have it like that before you hollowed it out. Otherwise, you would have gotten a lot more vibration than you did.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I'm going to take this back and just leave a little tiny lip on there, I think.
David
To be
Miller's
honest,
in.
I wouldn't have a foot at all. I'd just take it right down.
Would you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. On this shape of vase, I don't usually put the foot on.
So part it through there.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Let me clean this up a little bit more then, so I can.
You start the parting cut on that foot, so you come clean to the bottom of the shape you've got.
Take some of this out of the way then, so I can get deeper down.
So Andy H is saying that he was taught to use wood shavings to burnish when he was at college in 1968.
Year before I was born.
Yeah, right.
I'm 51, you know.
I bet that was with pole lathe, wasn't it?
What?
I bet it was with an old pole lathe, you know, like the wood one.
Yeah, that's what Mark was born on, an old pole lathe. Right. Extraction.
Right, Nick is asking a question about, he's put some colour on with Joe Sonia paint. He's put a coat of lacquer on so far. Do I need to knock it back prior to each coat? No, Nick. What I would recommend is put another 2 coats of lacquer on with the time in between for putting the coats on. Once you get the 3 coats, knock that back, then another 3 coats after that. Knock the final one back with, once it's fully dried, knock the final one back with Yorkshire Grit Microfine, and then finish it off with a good wax.
JP's got a question. He's asking a question for a friend. Is it for a friend, JP?
He's
A mate of
texting
mine,
me.
He ain't got any, has he?
a mate of mine has his chuck stuck on his lathe and hasn't got a spanner thin enough to fit behind it to get it on the spindle. What can he do? Oh, well, I'd tell your mate to sell his lathe, buy a decent one.
That's my lathe. It was me.
Oh, is that yours? Are you his mate?
I've got my, like, the chuck. It's got 4 bolts going through, which is holding the casing around the motor, which gets in the way of you putting a spanner behind to get the chuck off. And so I managed to get those out, and then all the spanners I got was too fat to fit behind. So I went and brought a whole new spanner set, and none of them would still fit. So I ended up having to, like, grind down an old one to get it thin enough, and then I had to, like, grind the choke a little bit bigger so it would fit over the nut on the back. And probably took me 2 days in the end to just do one simple thing I wanted to do. But yeah,
Funnily enough, Joe, I've had to do that in the past.
What was that?
I've had to do exactly the same as you in the past with a lathe I had a long time ago.
It's a nightmare. It was one of those. I just wanted to do something really simple, and I only needed to get the chuck off, and it was like 2 days just messing around with it.
Right. Now, what I did after that, and I suggested this to Mark about a fortnight ago. Have you seen these strap wrenches?
And does it look like?
There's the handle with the rubber that goes through.
Yeah,
a bit like you use for oil filters on a car, similar to that. Yeah, try using one of them. Certainly on the full body of the chuck, they tend to work quite well.
Oh, let's have a look. Jamie recommended me putting some kind of, like, plastic washer on behind so it couldn't fully tighten, like a bit of milk carton or something.
Yes.
I still need to do. I haven't done so I haven't put the chuck off since.
Don't listen to Jamie. He doesn't know what
The
he's
other
talking
thing you
about.
could, the other thing you could look at, Joe, is seeing if you can get in touch with anybody who is an engineer or a metal worker to make a C-spanner.
Yeah, there is that. The only issue is it'll be worth more than the lathe itself.
We found out recently that a good trick to play on Jamie is to get him to turn his lathe around the other way. Loads of fun watching him do that, isn't it, Wayne?
Oh yeah. We had a great afternoon. Letelier's in. Good evening, Letelier.
Good evening.
Good afternoon, Letelier. Wayne's sitting there all serious-faced and convincing like, yes, JP, just turn your headstock the other way round. Be great fun. Much easier.
No.
It was.
No,
It was a good idea. It was just really funny to watch him.
Right. The reason I suggested it, because he couldn't actually do the vase he was doing with the headstock in the position it was in. So he needed to turn the headstock round and move it to the other end of the lathe. And it worked.
Did work. The fact that he had to move his lights, his camera, his tripod.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That was a fun
He moved
fight.
house 3 times.
The best bit was when he was 3/4 of the way through, he had to realise he had to put it all back again afterwards.
And then record another 2 videos.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing I find about modern woodworking in general. You used to just have to worry about finding space for new tools. Now you've got to keep in mind all the space for the camera equipment and lights and computers.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Do YouTube, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
Yeah.
Danny Boy's just put in a good thing here. If the nut is smaller than, say, 30 mil, some bicycle tools may work as those spanners are thinner than the usual.
Yeah,
That's a good
good
shout.
idea.
Good shout. Right, last one.
Yeah, those bicycle spanners that always take your knuckles off whenever you
Yeah.
use them.
Yeah.
Never seem to fit the bike you got, but
JP said, Wayne says you're jerking, man. So much more since he retired. And also, what's a weekend?
oh, here we go.
Yeah, we heard that earlier. Mind you, I can't say anything.
I'm sure I'll get there one day when I ain't got to worry about it.
Don McKee's in. Hi, Don.
Right, Don.
Oh, Robbo's having to go. He's setting up a sharpening demo for a club. Nice one, Robbo.
See you later, Robbo. Thanks for coming in, sir.
See,
Hope it goes well.
If he had the pro edge, Wayne, he wouldn't have to leave so early. That'll trigger him. That'll trigger him.
You know you're going to pay for that, don't you, Mark?
Yeah, he's gonna stay now and say something. See you later, Robbo, in Jay's live.
Right. Let's get the dust out of this bad boy. pretty bit of wood, that. What do you reckon? Colour or leave natural?
I'm
I would
tempted.
colour. The only concern I've got about colouring is that piece of bark that's still there.
This bit here.
Yeah.
You're saying I should have gone thinner and took it out?
Well, no, I
Smiley
wouldn't
face.
start messing about. Yeah, it is a smiley face. I wouldn't worry about it now. It would have looked, with that removed, you'd have the rough part of the underneath of that bark section there, which I think would colour really well.
Right, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you.
Right, JP is saying do the 2 Hampshire Sheen blues, and what he means by that is start at the bottom with the midnight blue, and then fade it out about a third up, and finish the rest of it with the stone blue or the lighter blue.
Sky blue,
Yeah.
I think. Isn't it? Is it sky blue?
The sky,
Sky.
what it's called now. I think that's what it's
Yeah.
called now.
Yeah, sky blue. All right.
I wonder why he said that.
Don't know.
Oh, we do
Which
know.
one? I'll get some gloves.
Don't worry about us, Steve. You just have a drink.
All right, mate. Yeah, I'm fine. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Spit a mouthful in your mouth or something, or what?
Yeah, remember to put your gloves on. My hands are black from spraying the black
Oh.
intrinsic this afternoon.
I always put gloves on. That's a biatch to get your hands.
JP said, because Wayne told me to do that yesterday, lol. That's with the 2 blues he's talking about.
Is he? Is that before or after he moved his lathe? Right, midnight blue in the bottom.
That was actually before, because he'd finished the outside, then coloured it, then he had to clean the inside out.
So, on JP's request, sky blue on midnight blue on the bottom.
Katie's having a go. See you later, Katie.
See you later, KE.
Night, Katie.
Thanks for coming over.
Alan de Rosario says, first time watching this channel. Very entertaining commentary. Oh, thank you very much.
Cheers, Alan.
But
If you pop across to,
the turn's not too
if you
good.
pop across to the rest of the,
Notice he doesn't comment on the Woodturning.
Better with the screen off.
if you pop across to the rest of our channels, you will also find them entertaining as well.
And the wood turning's better on them ones. Right.
Right, Alex Lambie said, sanding sealer, not before this wood stain. This is a wood stain. It goes directly onto the wood, then he puts sand and sealer over the top of it.
Let's get a dryer on that.
Well, your dad's in now under his own account.
Oh, is he? Lynn must have took a phone away from him. He's been a naughty boy. Evening, Dad. High enough, do you think? I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah.
Let's get rid of this sky. I mean, dark blue. Sky blue.
Alan De Rosario says he's still on
Alan
a very...
said,
Sorry. Go on.
no, carry on, Mark.
He's still on a very steep learning curve regarding wood turning, so can't comment really.
We was only joking.
He's got out of that really well, I think.
We was only joking, mate. We don't take anything serious on here.
Welcome along.
That's blended in really well.
Does that look really dark on the camera, or does that look about right?
No, it looks about right.
Yeah.
Just do this rim.
Right, Seth has said, when I made my Super Mario Fire Flower, I had two colours side by side and I didn't want them to bleed. According to one of Martin's videos, using Danish oil instead of sand and sealer will help to prevent this. The other thing that will help to prevent it, if you're using a water-based stain, if you use a cellulose sand and sealer, that will help to prevent them bleeding together as well.
Hodgepodge says, "Oh my God, Steve, you've got that paint all over your hands."
I reckon we should put an embellishing wax over that when our sanding seals. Oh, that would look really good, I think. Oh, look. Got some runs in there, boy. Getting overexcited with the colouring.
So Alan's asking what airbrush are you using, Steve?
Yeah. It's got everything airbrush on the side of the gun. I'm not 100% sure where I got it from. I know I got it off of eBay, but I'm not sure of the company. I'll see if I can find out and stick it in the description. But obviously, there's a lot of... Sorry?
RDG Tools is very good for airbrush supplies.
That actually sounds very familiar, actually, Mark, to be honest.
Check the link in.
But they're all basically the same. A lot of companies just stamp their own name on them, don't they?
Yeah. I get mine from Cheapo Productions. In other words, Wish.
Have you got it hooked up to a dedicated like little compressor for it, or just a regular compressor?
No, I've got a 150 litre compressor in my garage, and
wow.
I've just regulated it down from that. So
Nice.
I've got air into the workshop, and then I took I think that's 8mm air hose off of that, and then reduced it through a regulator to about 35 psi.
Nice. I was having issue because I'd had one.
Danny's saying it.
Sorry, Joe.
No, it's all right. Go on.
Go on, Joe.
No, I was just saying. I'd got a cheap one off Amazon before, and the compressor would literally just kick off every 3 minutes, and then it'd overheat, and it was a nightmare.
Yeah. I think if you're going to use an airbrush, you need one of those. You can buy like a hobby one, can't you? This dedicated for that air gun.
Yeah.
And I think for around about £100, you can buy a fairly decent air gun and a fairly decent like mini compressor. But if you're going to do a lot of it, I would personally buy a 25 litre compressor.
Yeah.
The reason being is because you get more of an accurate pressure, and they don't. If they're running for 20 minutes, it doesn't make no difference.
Got
Where
ya.
the little ones don't. They're not designed to run long term, are they? So, right. Go on, Wayne. Sorry, what was you saying?
Right. Danny has said it. Yeah, Danny is saying it's not a Badger airbrush. No, it's not a Badger one. They're quite expensive as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, Badger are. Right, so let's get some sand and sealer on there. So I'm using Chestnut. No, I'm not. I'm using Hampshire Sheen's pre-fin sand and sealer. We're using a cellulose sand and sealer because there's water-based colours. So.
Mind you, with what Steve's done tonight, it doesn't actually matter that much if the colours bleed in together, because you're going to get a better blend, if you like, between the two colours.
Yeah.
Lewis has said, I heard Win was making Huey focus on studying for next Friday and not messing about in lives.
He's reading the book, hitting the books.
Yeah, well, there's one thing for certain, I'll not be studying.
Let that dry off.
Yes, Sebastian, the wood is ash.
I got one right. Hallelujah. Right. So just going to use this to burnish this off a little bit. Actually, better make sure it's dry first. No, I won't, because I know what will happen. I'll get a bit stuck to it. Scotch Brite. So I'm using a soft Scotch Brite, chestnut products, just to
Orange one.
just to burnish this. Take any nibs off of it, because that'll make the grain raise a little bit when we put the colour in that on it.
For anybody in the chat who uses Spotify, the Makers International podcast is now available on that link for Spotify.
So this is just the audio version.
Just the audio version, yeah.
Yeah, just the audio version of the Makers International podcast.
So you get the live version with the video on the Sunday night, and then I think it's Wednesday, isn't it? It comes out as a podcast.
Yeah, Wednesday. So I reckon we should put an embellishing wax over that. What do you reckon?
Yeah. What colour are you thinking of?
I was overthinking electric blue, but I don't know if you really see it a lot.
See, no, you're putting blue on blue. No,
So
that'll not work. Putting blue on blue.
The wood is ash, yes.
So we've got silver. White's a bit too much, I think. Or I've got gold. I've got gold embellishing and gild cream. Or do what totally different, like purple.
See, with the dark blue and the light blue, I think you need to have something totally contrasting to go across that.
So like a white or a silver.
Purple isn't really. Yeah, the silver or gold. I would say. What about other people? What do let's ask the chat. See what they want to.
Silver or gold?
Want to have.
I think silver.
I think silver. I think silver just sort of bring this all alive.
Steve,
Yes, mate.
there are a few people in the chat saying that they're having connection issues. It's not you. I'm getting it too, but I'm not getting it on the restream. I think YouTube are having some issues. It's buffering a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting any buffering on the video, but I am getting a lot of audio pauses.
Yeah.
So on YouTube or on restream?
I think it's YouTube.
Right. Okay. Right. So
seems to have settled down a bit now.
Yeah.
Right, we're getting a few silvers. We're getting a couple of golds. We've had one pink.
Shoot that person. Oh, it's Gerard.
Gold, purple, black. The purple won't work. Black won't work.
Silver.
Hi, Sarah said orange.
Silver.
Silver. Yeah. Tell you what, Steve. Just try a touch of the silver just at the top of the bars beside the opening, just to see how it looks.
Just up near the rim.
You want me to put a bit of silver on my rim?
Yeah.
Just
put a bit of silver. Just rub it gently on your rim.
Oh.
God, you're making it worse. Worse than it sounds.
Oh, so smooth. Such a smooth
what do you mean
rim.
worse than it sounds? It sounds pretty bad anyway.
Everything I say sounds bad. It's the voice.
Do you know what? I've never touched such a smooth rim in my life. Right.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Can you see that? Don't know if you can see that, can you? Can't really see it, can you? Didn't do
Try the end on camera.
I don't think you'll see it because that hasn't really.
If only you had a posh sort of device that you could change camera angles with. Oh, wait.
You have.
You have.
Is it going into the grain or not, Steve?
Yeah, it's going in. It's really faint though because the grain's quite tight.
Yeah, but it's not tight once you start getting down the body of the vase. It's
No.
quite open going down the body of the vase.
I think we'll go with silver.
That sounds like a plan. Slap it on.
Slap it on.
Hiya, Dara. How are you doing?
Hi, Dara. Give this a good rub over. Work it in the grain. Fill that bit in with it and all. Manky bit there. Joe will be in his workshop tomorrow on his lathe.
I don't know about that. I've still got the chuck stuck on it.
He'll go out there and go, right, I don't want to make a cock up like Steve made last night.
You're joking. It's looking brilliant.
Oh, yeah, Douglas. What kind of phone calls should I be making then? Yeah, come on, explain.
Yeah, explain.
Hodgepodge yourself tight around the rim. Loosens up as it goes.
Can I suggest if Mark is doing phone calls, they're not video phone calls, because that's going to put everybody off.
Oh, Mark.
Harsh. Harsh.
Hey, I weren't saying said the other week in a group chat, inner voice, outer voice, inner.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
Right, let's give that a few seconds and we'll buff it out. I think you can see if I bring it in a bit closer. I think you can see there how that's enhancing the grain a bit. All right. Do, 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 do. So has YouTube calmed down a little bit now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to have. So Ben has said, Steve, it's your channel. Don't let people tell you what to do, but go with silver.
Yeah. Let's ask everybody in the chat what their opinion is, and then ignore them.
Well, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. Pat Cummins is in. Hi, Pat.
Hi, Pat. How you doing? Hope you are well, sir.
His opening statement was, boom chicka wow wow.
I like that bit. I can see light through there. Look, really nice. Ooh, she look pretty.
So Robert's asking, Steve, is this your water entry for the YTCC 2021 March Challenge?
Well, it weren't going to be, but it could be. Now you've said about it. No,
That's
I will do
done.
another one. I've got an idea for that. You like that, DJ?
Yeah, the sheen you've managed to get on that, it's like a glaze.
That's just with the embellishing wax. That's not got no. I won't put no finish over it, to be honest, because that'll get all stuck in the green. But I'm just going to part it off. I think. I was going to lacquer it, but I don't think I need to be honest.
No, you'd probably have to wait 24 hours anyway until that until the wax dries out properly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine like that. Got a nice little sheen to it. So let's get this parted off. Get rid of all these. Just hope I don't drop it now and break it.
Right, you're just coming 3 minutes short of 9 o'clock.
Nearly.
Oops.
I nearly caught it. Trouble, you don't want to grab it, do you? But never mind. That'll be all right.
You definitely need to practice your catching things off the lathe.
Oh,
That's the second
Yeah,
one
definitely.
you've dropped. That's the second one you've dropped.
I know. But I didn't want to stick my fingers in it and grab it too much. That was the trouble. Right, let's just get this end sanded up. Just do it in the chuck quickly. Tra-la-la-la. So just sand this end up, and then we'll there. I'm only going to sand this up to 240. That'll be enough.
Joe, Florida bit of woodworker saying you could put a piece of wood in the chuck as leverage to remove the chuck.
My main issue really is holding the nut still, because there isn't a spindle lock on the lathe that I've got. So I have like ground a spanner now that luckily will fit behind, but I do it that rarely. I get the lathe out like once in a blue moon, but it's just one of those things when you do want to do something, it's just typical that it's not as simple as you thought it would be.
Yeah.
And do you find when you got a machine like that where you got an issue with it, that you know you got to fix up, put you off using it? Because you know you got to fix the issue first.
That's it, and it puts you off completely. I think it certainly is it's the sort of tool that if I had a decent one and I had space for it to be set up, then I'd use it all the while. But like you say, when you add on steps just to get to that point of actually turning something, it's like, oh, I'll leave it for another day. And then another day never happens.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
People in the chat have seen through your cunning plan, Steve.
What's that?
Keep dropping pieces to try and distract from making funnels.
Well, I've got to keep you lot guessing, ain't I? You know, you've tagged me with 36,000 different tags now. I've got to. I really dread Maker Central because there's going to be all these names shouted at me.
Light pull, bottle stopper,
Funnel,
butt plug, funnel,
reverse.
dropsies, reverse, knots, £2 coins,
Keep them coming.
extension, flowers for Nikki.
She gets more attention than I do.
And rightly so. It's her show on a Sunday.
Yeah,
Well,
one
yeah.
of these days you might get called Steve.
Yeah, that's true, Wayne. I might do one day.
Oh yeah, forgot pink hands. Thank you. Hodge
ain't got
podge.
pink hands today. Got blue hands. Right, let's get a cloth and clean this up.
You need to make them into T-shirts. Get it making money for you.
I have got one.
Yeah,
what's-
I forgot that. Real inches or man inches?
yeah, I have got one. That was what my wife. That was the first one my wife came up with, wasn't it?
Nice.
All right, so let's get this jacket off. Actually, that's camera.
Da 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 da.
Sweaty hands. So
Oh, we've got sweaty hands now as well.
yeah, sweaty hands and smooth rings. What more do you want? So there you go.
Well, that's
Lovely.
looking nice, Steve.
Really nice.
Yeah.
I didn't turn it very deep because that was chattering us on the end grain as well, and I was chattering away. But it's what 75mm, 80mm down there. Let's see if we can get a bit better. Pretty sure. Yeah. This one. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm liking that.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
It's incredible.
That's pretty.
So
I'm pleased I picked those colours. Oh, sorry, that was JP.
well done,
But
JP.
I picked them for JP yesterday, so I still
Oh,
had
well.
a hand in there.
Payback. So nice
You
piece of
got a
ash.
pretty vase.
Thank you very much, Forrest. Let me get a plank to stand on. So, do I now? There you go.
No, that's fine. That's it.
That's nice. I like that. It's just got that
Yeah.
wifty wafty bit in. Nice. Let's bring you guys back for a. Let me just clear the crud off my bench. Be close back on, Mark. So there we go, folks. Nice little vase or vase or what you want to call it. And I got the wood right, which is impressive. Woo!
1 out of 5.
Okay, steady, Tiger, steady.
Oh, you did drop it.
Oh, I did drop it. Oh my God, that's quick. Where the chat's going, man? What's going on? Thank you guys for the lovely comments. Doug Miller extension for Nikki. Don't you start, Doug. She was on about that the other night.
I see. He's a builder. Never does anything at home. Being a
I
builder.
do it all week, don't I? Do it all week. I don't want to be doing it at the weekends, but I will get it done. I promise I will get it done. I told you she's going to have to sacrifice a holiday for it.
Yeah.
Well, no holiday, so I can.
No, surely she'll be going on holiday while you do the extension.
Actually, that's a better idea, Wayne. That's a marvellous idea.
She's coming down here to Butte, didn't she?
Yeah, and I'm going to get on with the extension. Thank you guys for lovely comments. Thank you very much. Absolutely, thank you. I really do appreciate all the comments. Lovely comments. Very
Never
nice.
even noticed how many was in.
71 at one point.
Nice. Thank
Oh,
you, guys.
excellent.
Thank you very much.
66 in now.
Lovely. Thank you very much. So, if you've got any questions for Joe before we go, chuck him in the chat. If not, that'll be too late. Joe, I would like to send you this as a thank you for coming on tonight, if that's all right.
Are you serious?
I am serious. Yeah, you send me ping me your address and I'll ship it out to you, mate.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you.
No, you're more welcome. It's just a thank you for coming on.
Oh, cheers. I'm well chuffed.
I'm here every bloody week and I get shite.
I was going to say, hold on. Wayne, you and I need to have a chat about this fella.
Oh, no, sorry.
Get rid of them too.
Wayne's still not back.
I tell a lie. I have got a U-bowl sitting in my display area over there that Steve made. So I apologise, Steve. I have got one of your pieces here.
I know you.
Hold on. He's made me feel guilty now. Hold on. Just get. It's on my bedside cabinet.
Oh, really? I hate to think we
There
put
you
in that.
There's the one that he made me.
Lovely.
Yeah, my watch goes in it every night.
Nice. So don't forget, guys. Can Can you just chuck Joe's link in for his channel, Mark, please?
I will do again, yes.
Don't forget, guys, go and check Joe's channel out. If you haven't, subscribe to his channel. Give the guy some love. He deserves it. He put some awesome projects up. He's like the rest of us makers. Go on, sorry.
I appreciate it. Cheers.
No, it's not a problem, mate.
GP's just put in there hashtag magenta lights.
Yeah, because I changed all basically my logo colour scheme to magenta.
Oh, right.
Comment saying that it's pink, so magenta.
There you go. There's a link to Joe's channel.
So go and sub to him. And like I say, you will be very impressed with some of his, all of his videos, to be honest, not just some of them. Very
Cheers,
good.
thank you. I hope I can get more out soon. It's been a while.
Yeah, but the trouble is, mate, if you're working and you're doing other stuff, you can't do everything, can you?
That's it. It's the trouble.
So, no, that's good. Something is better than nothing, as they say.
Definitely.
Right then, guys, if there's no questions, we will knock it on the head. Right then, guys, thank you very much for coming over. Thanks to Joe once again for coming over on the channel for our special guest Earworm. If Joe agrees, we'll perhaps have him on later on or another time. And you guys get a chance to catch up on some of his stuff so you can ask him some questions. So, right then, guys, so myself, Mark, and Wayne will be back next week with Battle of the Makers. It's the 6th one, is it? 6th one, I think, isn't it?
I've lost count.
I think that's the 6th one.
Count.
So
no, the 5th one.
Fifth one.
The 5th one, yeah.
So we'll be back with the next Battle of the Makers. Joe and Lewis, the Gold Hunters, are 2 points ahead. 2 points ahead. And we'll see if the Wood Warriors can pull it back. Depends if Huey's drunk or not.
Or if I am.
Yeah, or Mark is. What's this from JP? It's only because he's left.
3 feet in the bottom.
Very, very good. No, I didn't go very deep. That's on Ingrain. That's a nasty thing to turn, isn't it, Ingrain?
No.
Oh, man, it is. I hate it.
No, it's not. It's very, very easy to turn.
No. I'll believe you. It worries me when it's jumping about. I'm like, ugh. Perhaps if I've got 30 odd years of experience, that'd be different for me. But at the moment, hello.
Oh,
Joe's gone.
Joe's gone.
Oh,
bye, Joe.
Not Joe. Oh, he's back. He's back. Here he is. We had enough, mate. We had enough.
So,
What happened then?
I don't know.
so I think it's your dad, Richard Bunton. Is that your dad?
Yeah.
Asking if you flip more to do his thermostat.
Yeah, give me a ring, Dad. We'll see what we can do. Right then, guys, we're going. Right, okay, we're going. Right, guys, have a great weekend. Take care. Speak to you soon. I will see you Sunday.
Everybody.
There's loads of lives on through the weekend. Go over and check them out. And don't forget Krafts Festival next weekend, so keep next weekend free. Other than that, we'll see you next. I'll see you Sunday, and I'll see you later. Take guys. Bye for now.
Cheers, everyone. Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Cheers, everybody.